Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my tips and personal experiences on how we get Edward to sleep through the night. He has been sleeping through the night since he was 2 months old. I've made up 5 points which I hope will help some of you get, even if it is just an extra half an hour in bed. An extra half an hour can go a long way, as we all know. I really hope some of these tips help you get a better night's sleep and to help improve your little one sleeping better at night too. If this video was helpful to you, please give me a thumbs up, and if you aren't a subscriber, please don't forget to do so. Okay, so my first tip is sleep location. Now, it sounds silly. If he was napping during the day, we would allow him to sleep on us or in his swing or on his playmat or on the sofa or wherever, but wherever he sleeps at night, we don't put him in there for naps during the day, because we found that he may associate his bed with nap time like he has been during the day. So we only allow him to sleep in his bed for bedtime, so he then knows, okay, I'm in here now, this is bedtime. We want him to know that. So I find that that tip is really crucial. I will definitely be doing this with my future children and any close friends of mine that need some tips or advice. That'll be my number 1 tip. Ensure nap time is anywhere but their bed. Tip number 2 is set a routine. Everyone knows you need to have a routine. Even when they're young, I think a routine is good. The sooner you introduce it, the sooner you're going to get things moving properly and the better they're going to be sleeping. Bath, bottle, or if you're breastfeeding, and then bed. Because he's so young, we haven't introduced story time yet, so another B will be in there, so book time will be in there as well. But because he's still young, he doesn't really understand. So once he gets older, we will introduce that. First of all, we start off with a bath. So just your normal average bath. We put some little toys in there for him, and that allows him to burn off any last bit of energy that he has. He can then burn it off in the bath. He can kick around and play with some rubber ducks and just things like that he can play with. With bath time, I have been using the same creams since day 1. I use the Johnson's bedtime lotion, so it's the same scent. Again, it sounds really silly, but I think if I changed that cream to something else, he'd be like, that's not the usual smell. I do the same routine every single night with bath time, and I put him down on the bed here and I massage him. Because the lotion has a certain smell to it, I think he associates that at bedtime as well. Secondly is obviously bottle. So if you're breastfeeding, so bottle/boob. I find that I feed him in the exact spot every night. If I do it in a different room, he knows. He's very sensitive, so he recognises things that aren't normal straight away. Because I've been doing this for so long, he knows. I sit on the stool on the landing just above just as you come up the stairs. You've probably seen it in one of my vlogs. I sit there and I feed him there. I try and get a decent amount of milk in him. Obviously, the more they take, the less hungry they're going to be, and they're most unlikely to wake up. I don't know if other babies are the same, but this is what he does and what works for him. So we try and give him a good bottle, and then I go and place him straight into his bed. The bedroom is already done. Everything's pre-done. I don't run around and do it last minute, because they pick up on, you know, activity and busyness. They pick up on that. I just try and keep things from going from here from bath time, and everything else should be just all the way down, just making them even more mellow and just making them go into a good slumber right towards the end. Tip number 3 is lighting and noise. The noise needs to be minimal, so try and keep it just quiet. I'm not saying tiptoe around, because no one can live like that, but while they're this young and this sensitive, and you're trying to introduce new things to them, I think it is quite important to make sure things are quiet before the baby is down. So that's noise. Lighting, I set upstairs with certain lights on and certain lights off. People might think I'm very particular, but this has worked for us. If a light is on that I don't usually leave on, he knows, and he wakes up and he knows something's off. If it's too light, like daytime, because I know that, because the clocks are changing and, you know, it's getting lighter, not darker. So making sure you have a blackout blinds for one, because why would you want to delay your baby's bedtime because of the daylight? You don't want to do that. And your lamps and lights and everything the majority of them are turned off. I mean, you don't want it to be pitch black because you want to see what you're doing. So keep a certain lamp on upstairs and just so you can still see but it's not pitch black. Just so your baby knows it is night time and it is time to go to sleep. If everything is all, if there's lights on their faces, it's not going to make them sleepy. No one can really sleep with a massive light in their face. Okay, tip number 4 is no talking. When I say no talking, I mean when you're feeding the baby your bottle and then when you're putting them to bed. Even just talking to them, they hear your voice and then they're awake again and then they're not relaxed. It basically just stimulates them again. So when you're feeding your baby your bottle, you know, they're a bit whingy and fidgety, don't talk to them. Just try and sort them out by movement or just like rocking. And when you put them down for bed, no talking either, because it'll wake them up. So just put them down, give them a kiss or stroke their head or whatever you want to do. Put the blanket on them, close the door too, whatever you want to do. If you want to leave it open, do so. But try and not talk to them, because talking to them will just wake them up, and then you've got a baby that's awake. Okay, and tip number 5 is of course consistency. If you do this 1 or 2 times, you think, oh, it's not working, I'm just going to do it my way again. It's never going to work. If you keep on doing it, your baby will then pick up and then think this is definitely bedtime. So stick at it. I know it's hard, just stick at it, and the sooner you do it, the sooner you'll be laying in bed thinking, God, is he still asleep? And checking your watch. That's what we do, and we've been doing this since he was a couple of months old. I know when they're a newborn, you can't really do this sort of thing because it's literally just feeding and sleeping on demand. But when they get to an X amount of months old, whenever you feel ready to do this, do it as soon as you can, because I think routine is crucial. These things have helped us massively. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a sleep expert at all. Just really, really, really confident in these steps, and these have worked for us so well, and I hope they continue to help us in the future. So if you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I really hope this helped somebody out there, even if it is just for an extra half an hour in bed. I really hope it helped you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at my next video. Bye!